Hey guys, welcome back to Tough Love with Dr. John O'Connor. Today we're talking about discipline and focusing when you're in the unknown. And what I mean by that is this entire fitness journey or physique challenge that I'm on is something that I haven't done before, right? And so you're leaning into a lot of professionals and, again, when you're a healthcare provider, and I don't whatever that is or looks like, or a leader, you're used to leading the way and going the way. And for me, this has been a daunting task because I have to trust the process, right? And, to be very honest, I'm blessed. I have, three coaches slash mentors working with me. First and foremost is Patrice, my fitness coach, getting me ready. And then Coach Kyle, is doing my nutrition piece, and then my mentor with regards to doing this at a high level is Rich Tuma. And again, when you're entering into this space, I love seeing these young kids, and for people that know what I've done over my past 20 plus years in sports performance, I was always out there and crushing it with regards to, performance and sports performance enhancement and training with regards to basketball. Now working on physique, fitness, and strength, this is a different animal. I had to take my first round of pictures 3 weeks ago, and, it's always, you laugh, like Instagram versus reality, right? So here I am at 5:00 in the morning, taking 3 pictures of myself, which are like the 3 presentations for the physique show. And I look at it and I'm like, I look terrible. And I'm laughing because if you see me on Instagram working with my team from Clean Media, my main dude, Mark, it's wild because I feel like I look like Flex Wheeler. And then, I'm looking at myself, I'm like, okay, I'm fat, I'm skinny, I'm this, I'm that. And I'm laughing because I'm like, am I going to be ready? And you start, second guessing yourself. And why does that matter? It's not really about that. It's about the team you have around you. And, and now this is what the point of today's podcast is about. And it's, I'm going to keep this one short and sweet. It's about leaning into your support groups. And I don't care if that's work, friendship, life, marriage, you have to go to them with your concerns, with your insecurities, with your weaknesses, because if you truly have a great team, that's where you find the strength because you get clarity. And, I am probably one of the most disciplined people I know with regards to, getting stuff done if I put it on my list, but at least what I thought. And then I rolled out to Andy Elliott and saw his crew, especially Andy, and I was blown away with the level of execution that entire team embodied. And I embrace it. I came back and, I've been a monster at work in a good way because I eliminate procrastination. And the same way with regards to attacking this physique show, I want to go up there at 50 years old and really make some noise. I want to do it for, the new company that I'm involved in. I want to do it for the companies that I'm currently involved in. And I want to do it for myself. And I think that when you're branding yourself, what are you really doing? You're putting out to the world what you are, what you stand for, what you love. And, for me, this journey, as much as I love to sit there and say, oh, wow, I look great, I really want to demonstrate resilience and determination. And, like that old proverb where they say, fall down 7 times, get up 8, I am that person, right? And as I'm getting ready for this, that is the brand that I want to put out there: resiliency, determination, consistency, and also, the planning that goes into it, and then the execution. This translates to so many things that you can do in life, whether it's, relationships, whether you're married or dating, your children, your coworkers, your employees. these are things that make us, great leaders, or, inhibit us from becoming the great leader we want to be. Today was kind of a milestone kind of day because there's a lot on the line, in the next 24 hours for me and my family, especially my mom. She's going under the knife tomorrow to have a surgery for her breast cancer that really didn't get, much of a change with regards to her chemotherapy. And, to me, I looked at that like today when I got to the gym and I had a photo shoot and I had a Zoom call and I had a crazy work shift. I think a lot of people would say, that's a great reason to be distracted. That's a great reason to fall off your, productivity train. And I know that one of the greatest gifts I could give to my mom, especially while she's here, is for her to be proud of me, for me to get it done, for me to execute at the highest level. And, a piece of me says, hey, I brought it home for you. And, because again, she's been with me every step of the way. When I was sick and I was a young kid and I was paralyzed on the couch, my best nurse, was my mom. And, whether she was cooking for me or supporting me or, encouraging me that I'll be better tomorrow, she was always that amazing person. And, I think that, what we have to keep in mind when we look at the reality of everything is that is what I'm about right now. I'm about, the transformation that occurred from, my injury a few years ago to all the peaks and valleys that have occurred over the last couple of years. The transformation with me with regards from going to Doc the trainer to John O'Connor, physique competitor, business coach, modality sales. I mean, I've completely, 3.0'd myself and changed and kind of really evolved. And, again, when I look at, that it's all about this process and in this consistency and the determination that's required to say, if you don't like your situation, change it. Don't procrastinate, right? You have to move forward. You have to make changes. You have to, have a plan, have an actionable plan. I went out, perfect example, I went out to Andy Elliott to see him and his team. And, regardless of what anybody says about any of these business coaches out there are so many people that have benefited from them, whether it's their team or, major executives and leaders all around the world. Everybody needs a focus group. Everybody needs a person. Whether you're the greatest basketball player in the world, whether it was, Michael Jordan, or Kobe Bryant, or any of these great coaches, players, they had great coaches, great trainers behind them. And I think for me, like I said, the support group that I have with regards to my training staff and my nutrition team and even my medical team, I have a doctor abroad that's amazing that is, looking at my blood work, and I have my team here at a company that I'm involved in, making sure all my levels are healthy. And, I think these things all play into part because, again, no matter what you're doing, it is critical path that you stay consistent, that you stay on it, and, you get it done. I think, like I said, looking at everything I have going on right now, I would say I cannot believe how productive, focused, and centered I am. And emotionally, there's a ton going on. And I think one of my, security mechanisms that has gone off is there's a lot of reality looming around me right now, right? The mortality of my parents, everything that I've gone through these last couple of years, the rebuilding of my financial empire. And again, everything's going in the right direction, but the reality is that there are so many people that would use those as their why they didn't do anything versus I want that to be a chapter in the book that I write down the road. That's the reason that ignited my path to, an elite level, that I chose not to wallow in that level, that I chose to rise up. I chose to be excellent. I chose to reset my path and reclaim what I thought I should have and then 10x that. And, all those things are happening. So again, today's focus of this podcast, and I hope the message is clear, is that if you want to change something, eliminate procrastination. All right. There's nothing wrong with reinventing yourself. There's nothing wrong with, doing and challenge yourself to be more than someone else says you can be. I encourage it. I'm living it. And so anyway, I hope you enjoyed this podcast today. Again, we knew it was going to be short and sweet. The power of a podcast is about what you get out of there, the message that hits. And I hope this one hits home for you guys. So keep going, keep pushing yourself, keep being consistent, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much.